Now we're back. Okay, you ready? Okay. Look. Yeah, that was sad what I had to go through there. Talking about my girlfriend and Civil War. Other things with the Civil War. Oh boy, this ain't a good thing I have to go into. I don't like it. I told you what happened to her. We had a lovely little life in the Air Force. That was one of the good things about it. That's what kept it from being bad, I think. Yeah, it kept it from really being bad. It was fun being with her. Very beautiful Frogz. Yeah, just as beautiful as me. Actually, even more. I don't know what I'm saying there. If only she were here today. She'd be really old. Yeah, but obviously that wouldn't make sense because I think you know. Here, a little something with the Civil War I think would be a good thing to mention to you all is the thing, okay? Alright. When it comes to something like that, and I'm in the Air Force, there's a lot of the times where the enemies are going to be flying around me. That's not a good sign. Now, I wasn't as scared in this one as I was the others because I've been used to this whole military thing. I've been doing it for so long. I mean, I was knowing it well or better than anybody I think I ever knew in my life. I don't know, maybe Sailor Seymour guy did more than Marines. I doubt he did, though. He was very Marines. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about the Civil War. You know, I think they made like a Captain America movie about that. I don't know. I feel like they did. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. Wait, they didn't make one. They're gonna make one. That's what they were saying. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna take like another few years for that. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. It could. Why am I talking about that? The actual Civil War is way more important than the movie. Well, okay, that could be judgeable, but wait, what am I saying? I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm getting a little bit crazy and insane because of talking about all these very emotional stuff. The Civil War actually did do something. It kind of made me a little bit mentally disabled for a little bit. This isn't some sort of joke. That's not a good thing to joke about. I was having some speech problems after the Civil War was coming to a close. Yeah. Isn't that something? Yeah. And you know we didn't win this one, but when it was coming to a close, I was having them problems, and it had to do with if we didn't win. Of course, we didn't win, so then the mental stuff got worse with my talking. It made me talk slow. It also made me just say some letters wrong in some words. Obviously, I didn't look any different because my face was completely the same. I didn't get deformed. I just got so many bleedings and scrugs and scrapes and burns and holes and stings and poisons and stabs and wounds and just all kinds of different things. I could go on a list with all that. That's not even all of them. Many bruises. I got millions of bruises. I mean, had one here, I had one there, 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 and 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 everywhere else. There's even some on my walker, but luckily that wouldn't do anything. I mean, in the Civil War with the Air Force, my walker broke many times. That was a pain in the frog butt to have to fix that. That took forever. You know, luckily I was good at flying the planes, though. Yeah, I don't even remember I was flying. It may have been like a 747 thing, I think they called it. 747 aircraft materializers. It was doing a pretty good job until I had a really bad crash one day and a big explosion came and people died. But I did it, I survived, yay! It was literally the only thing that happened in that war where I got no hurts at all. Completely okay, not counting all the stuff I had before from other stuff. Not even any wound opened back up, even though it stitched back in before I got on that plane ride to go down. When it crashed, it was trying to make it over to the other bad people's side to get them some of them evil frogs, give them a little bit of my taste in the bombs. Yeah, I got in control of the bombs. Atomic bombs were really building up in the Frogz Civil War. Let me tell you, I was the leader, so obviously I had one. The general gave me a couple of them. I took them, obviously. I demanded the general to give me 2. I took them over. I was gonna take them over to my evil friends. I didn't like, and they weren't my friends. They were evil. Whoa, I'm getting a little bit shaky there. Dropping back. I was gonna do it. Then the explosion happened with the plane, and of course the bigger explosion because those 2 bombs ended up being a big waste. Yeah, there's no way I could have lived from it, but I still did. Okay, don't ask. It happened. I think I'm done with the Civil War. I think you get the story. It was something, I think is what I need to say. It was definitely something, and I don't think there's anything that's quite the same with it. Let's move on to something that I think was pretty dang just good. Alright? Okay. Now we are moving on to the Vietnam War. Now, the Vietnam War I was good at, and I was not in Marines, not in Army, not in the Air Force. I went back to the Navy. This went well for me. I had a few of my friends, new friends, of course, from that time. I'm just going to sum this up. We lost again. Okay, well, Evil Frogz won. Yay. Yeah, well, it was still good. Had some friends, and we were helping out. We were really making it do good there. I really thought that the Vietnam War was one of the best wars and put a lot of big impacts in it. I thought it was really memorable, very interesting, very life-changing for me. And that was during the times where I felt free again because I wasn't stuck in this big black hole that I kind of was with the Civil War, where I was like very forced into a lot of things. But here I had a little more of a variety. It's what I was gonna do, what I could do. And I'm glad that I made a few new friends. Sadly, I didn't meet any new girlfriend I could have. I think I was still upset with the thing that had been already from like years and years and years ago. Jeez, I can't believe I was still that much upset from it. I mean, I didn't know her for that long in the Civil War. I knew her for like a couple weeks. Yeah, not that long at all. Weird. And she like just joined into the whole thing. In the Vietnam War, many bombs were getting made. It was like the biggest mass production for bombs, and there were so many different tanks, and there were Jeeps too. Let me tell you about the Jeeps. They had those things everywhere. I drove a lot of those things, and I was really good at them. No bombs went those, though. I crashed a couple of the Jeeps, but that's because they were malfunctioned all up. It wasn't my fault for the Jeeps. No planes, because, Navy. I did have to kind of guard some of the bombs, though. I was just a soldier again. I didn't want to be a leader anymore. I went back to soldier stuff. I was more like a guard soldier. I was a soldier, I was also a guard, so I was always guarding. I liked that, though. It was peaceful. There were days where it wasn't rainy, and it was all sunny, and it looked real nice, and it was pretty. Yeah, it was real pretty. Of course, there was still so many different smokes and poisons in the air, but I had my masks and everything. Things were going okay for me. More than okay. I think they were going good for me. Of course, I still got hurt everywhere on me. I could go everywhere with that. And my walker broke like 113 times, but I think in the end, I did it. My mouth also snapped like 67 times there, and I had my friends, though, and they got me through it, and I got them through it. I actually was a big advice to them, too. Especially one of them that was going through a lot of stuff. physically, mentally. I didn't get any mental problems there. Those got fixed up after Civil War. I went to a doctor. I had to retire from the military a little bit. Of course, I went back in for the Vietnam War, but I think I stated enough with Vietnam War. It was just a big advanced technology. It was more, and things were more organized in it and a lot more simple, I guess. A different kind of simple from World War I. It was like an advanced amount of simple, I guess. That was in the 80s and stuff, yeah. And I was in my, what I was like in my, I mean, it was in my 60s, but that was also getting into some late stuff. It was in like also my, a little bit of my 70s, I'd say. Now, after Vietnam, there was something that did happen before it, like way before it. I just like to mention these few honorable mentions. There was the westward expansion, I would just like to say. That was one of the biggest things I've ever seen. I wasn't a part of it, just one of the biggest things I've ever seen. And then there was the Reconstruction era. That had something to actually do with Frogz racism, but it was in a different way, unlike the human one. I wasn't a part of that, but I still liked seeing it. That's why it's in my honorable mentions. My last honorable mention was the latest thing that I had to do with my little lifey time. And this was the last thing where I had to do anything with the army and such. I came into a bad problem. One of the evil frogs tricked me going to Afghanistan and brought me on this plane, and they forced me to do something, and yeah, there was a Frogz 9/11 that happened. And I'm not even joking. I wouldn't do that. Yeah. That's right. You heard it. It was a Frogz 9/11. I got tricked into doing it, and I felt so bad for those two things I got rid of. Those poor towers. September 11th, 2001, it happened to me. I got forced to do that. I had to go to prison, but luckily they ended up figured out what happened with me, and then those guys who tricked me went to prison. How I got out, but I was stuck in there for a whole year. That could have been way longer if I didn't get lucky. The Frogz 9/11 was the last thing. All those bad people from Frogz 9/11 got all put to jail and then ended up dying. Just like the human one. So everything was good. In the end with that. That's everything with my backstory in the wars and the experiences. Overall, it was nice. But there were some things that were very big, okay? I'm not, don't got any mental problems now. Only one of them I got mental problems. I was lucky, because usually it happens to frogs and people with all the wars. Doesn't matter if frogs or human. Mental stuff happened with everybody. But I only got it with one war. I hope you liked my story. I thought it was entertaining. It's hard to remember. Okay, I gotta get a little bit of a breather rest.